Hey, what's up, guys? Twintuitive 717. I am back with another reading. I know it's late, but I don't know, the energy just feels really different at night. And so I'm going to take advantage of that and dive into a sensual reading tonight around the Divine Feminine Collective, okay? And what I'm picking up on energetically for many of the Divine Feminines who have been celibate for quite some time, I feel like one of the things that are happening for you through this period of celibacy is more of an appreciation for masculine energy, just men in general. And I feel like the next time you do have an intimate encounter or any kind of physical encounter, the intensity is going to be a lot, okay? It's going to be turned up because I feel like there is just so much more of a desire for just intimacy because you've not experienced it in quite some time, and also too just the appreciation for what it is you absolutely desire about the masculine energy. You've had a lot of time to really think about that, and I feel too like many of you are attracting also experiences where you may be going out and you may be running into different masculine energies, and I feel like a lot of you are like, oh my god, like, they smell so good, or a lot of you are appreciating, like, just like if a man walks by and he's well dressed and smells good, and maybe like you might appreciate certain features like facial hair, or just like big hands, or like muscular arms. I feel like many of you might be experiencing this, and it's funny. Like, it's just funny that you've been put into a position where you've really had to stop and pause and take a look at your energy. I feel like input and like the outpouring of that energy as well. Many of you have been really, really, really responsible and accountable for yourself when it comes to your sexual energy and sharing that, and the repercussions of being careless with it, or moving too fast, or digging, not digging, but diving, oh god, that sounded so bad. It's like digging and diving deeply into something, but you guys know what I mean. It's like, when a relationship just, kind of boils over, gets too hot and steamy too quickly. I feel like many of you have, you've really had to go without intimacy. And now is where I feel like for a lot of you, it could just be creeping up on you, where you feel like it's time to either like end that, and what I mean by that is like just the smell of like masculine energy around you, I feel, is making you hot and bothered. And again, I feel like many of you are just stopping to appreciate maybe the things that you never bothered to appreciate before. So I do feel like your next romantic encounter, your next physical encounter, it's going to be quite wonderful. And again, I do see just this heightened appreciation for divine masculine energy for many of you who have been celibate, okay? And I feel too like that could be part of healing, and it could be something that they may just need, like whoever your counterpart is, whatever divine masculine energies may be entering your life at this time, and it's just kind of falling into place where many of you are experiencing these intimate moments. I feel like just overall the collective of divine masculines need to feel appreciated in the way that you are about to receive them, if that makes sense. Okay, so let's see what card's coming up here. Oh, we have the devil energy coming through, and I feel like that's part of that soothing, and it's part of helping them to shift out of the illusion that they're not needed and they're not appreciated. I feel like the level of love and intensity and passion that they're about to receive from the reconciliation that many of you are going to go through, it's really going to put this doubt to rest, because really, ideally, that's what the devil energy is, right? It's the darkness and the unworthiness, a lot of the lower energy stuff creeping in, including the depression, just a lot's been weighing down a lot of the divine masculine collective, including the towers falling in many of these karmic situations. And I feel too, part of the tower in these karmic situations had a lot to do with the divine feminines, really pulling back and detaching so that many of the masculines experience this darkness to the full extent. And I feel like many of you willingly detached, but again, you preserved a lot of that energy. So what can you look forward to in your next encounter? Okay, so I feel like many of you who are in the divine feminine energy, like what you're going to experience is also feeling desired, because what I'm getting out of this card here is like he's feeding this wine to her. Her finger's there at the flame. I feel like the finger getting burned by the flame is like taking your time with something. That's what I feel like has been missing, divine feminines. A lot of your divine masculines have not been appreciated, and same with you when it comes to like romantic relationships or intimate relationships. What I'm getting out of this card, and I won't show it too close to the screen, but somebody wants you to relax, and I feel like that's an experience that you are very deserving of. Okay. Like I feel, divine feminine, a lot of you haven't had intimate experiences where you've felt like at the center of someone's world. It's like, you don't have to do any work. I'm going to do all the work. I'm going to just solely focus on you. You don't have a chance to even tell me, what it is you want to do with me or what you want to do to me. It's just all solely focused here on you, divine feminine. I feel like many of you have maybe not experienced that. And that is what somebody wants to give you everything. I just heard that. That is what you guys are about to experience. But I just heard that somebody wants to give you everything, or they want you to experience everything. Or, okay, a lot of you may be attracting this physical experience because like part of that love and that intensity that you feel with this person, it's meant to be felt on a physical level as well. And that includes, sensuality and lovemaking. A lot of you, I'll just come out and be honest, a lot of you haven't had some good lovemaking, and you're about to have it with your counterpart, because that's the only person that you could really have it with, because they know everything that you desire without you having to ask. I'm getting a lot of heavy energy here around the divine feminines. You've been in other connections or other relationships, whether that be karmic or soulmate. And I feel like what many of you it's a song I've been hearing. I don't know. Okay. Well then, somebody is getting hot and bothered. But gosh, I just lost my train of thought because that person out there was so loud. Gosh, what was I going to say? Let me stop the video and see if I could catch it. Yeah, sorry guys. That was so weird, eh? It's like I totally lost my train of thought because the car revving its engine really like caught me off guard. I completely lost my train of thought, and I was going to tell you guys about the song that I was getting, and the song that I was getting was like, you and I share the same sin. And that's what I feel like many of you are getting ready to experience, and you've never been able to fully admit, is like just a lot of the things that you really desire and want when it comes to intimacy. But I'm hearing that you're not going to have to tell this person that. Now, the reason I feel like the devil energy is a major arcana that's coming out is because that's the sin that you and this person share. Look at the body language in this card as well. He's literally like, feeding this wine to her. She definitely looks like, I am just going to surrender. And I feel like the significance of the finger burning on the candle is just allowing somebody else to take control. And you're not, maybe used to doing that. Or you've really craved that someone take control in that sense. And it's okay to admit that, because I feel like for many of you, like a big portion or a big part of this journey is like feeling very free in that area of your life, where a lot of you came into this experience and you've known it for a really long time, but it's like passionate love and like intense love and sensuality, all of those things. It's important to you. It means something to you. And I feel like for the divine feminines, before meeting your divine masculine, many of you played it safe, or many of you have experienced previous relationships where it really just felt safe. It felt beautiful and safe and really like soulmate love. But then I feel like something that the devil energy is maybe bringing to the surface is that there was something hidden there, a hidden kind of sin. And I hate to say it like that because I really don't feel like the love that you two share is that, or even like the lovemaking would be a representation of that. But I do feel like that's coming up because I feel like third party, like many of you could have really wanted this experience, but marriage was in the way, either one of you or both of you. It felt really terrible and many of you might have had a lot of guilt associated with really sinking into the feeling of connecting sensually with your twin flame. But I do feel like for a lot of you in this lifetime, you are going to experience what it's like to be with them in the physical, because it's almost like you've marked it into this experience somehow. I feel like the universe hears your heart, and the universe knows that you've been maybe lacking passion. Okay? Love yourself first. A lot of you have maybe had to go through this journey of acknowledging that. And I feel like maybe before your divine masculine came in, you would have maybe continued to play it safe. There would have always been this hidden dark side of you that really wanted to experience sensuality in a way that rocked your socks off. It rocked your world. Sorry guys, I can't be as expressive. Maybe I'll have to jump on memberships, or I can do certain videos and have it available for you guys somewhere else where I can be a little bit more detailed, but I am just trying to play it safe in terms of giving you guys the surface level of what I mean, and hopefully you can use your imaginations and dig deeper. But a lot of you have had to go on this journey of loving on yourself first in order to connect with what it is you want, what it is you desire. Many of you, I feel like either it could have been this year or within the last 3 years, really coming to terms with the fact that maybe certain relationships that you were in were at a dead end because your masculine came in, really ignited that fire, that passion, that desire, and now it's unmatched. And whether or not you're in communication with them or not, it doesn't stop the fact that many of you are feeling on fire right now. The divine feminines are really wanting sensual experiences, and I feel like it's coming through. Definitely you could feel your divine masculine's energy around you, and if it's not that, then there's other masculine energies around you as well that's kind of putting that fire in you, or that feeling of desire, wanting to be desired, maybe even wanting to take that risk. Be open to flirting, certain things like that. The energy of desire, I feel, is coming back, and it's because many of you chose to, I feel, love on yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. So by loving yourself first, it's like you're getting the confidence to maybe put yourself back out there. And yeah, I feel like, man, that fire has been missing for quite some time. At the top of the deck here, we do have the Ace of Cups here coming through. And it's that exact energy I'm talking about. I feel like many of you are ready for that. But again, what I'm getting off of it is the reason it's coming through now is because you're sure. You're sure of what you want. You've either learned some lesson about preserving your energy this time. Many of you, I feel like you're being called to trust and to open up that part of yourself again. And I'm also hearing like many of you will know who comes to mind when I'm bringing up a lot of the sensual energy. Like I feel like you can already feel them in your space, and it may just be just kind of that validation, or that you giving yourself permission to at least think about it. Okay, that's what I'm getting, to at least think about it in a way where you're not feeling guilty. Many of you are going to be addressing that at this time, especially if you've been celibate for a really long time. I feel like it's going to come up where you are going to start feeling that natural human need, that basic human need to feel physical touch, to feel love, to feel desired. But the thing is, you are going to be attracting this experience. But the surprise from the universe that I feel like many of you aren't going to see coming is like the type of lovemaking that you really desire and you really want. You share the same sin as somebody. Somebody knows and can read your energy very well, and they're going to know things without you having to say it. And I feel like that's how many of you will be pleasantly surprised, because it's almost like you've been manifesting either this person or this experience. And again, it's like your energies just end up clicking. You're wild or passionate, or you have like the same types of desires, passion, kinks, certain things like that. Like there's just certain things that you both have in common, or you're willing to do, or you're willing to explore, because of that level of trust or desire or even love that you may feel together or with one another. Okay, so I don't know who this was for. I really hope this video doesn't get blocked, but it was a very beautiful sensual energy here coming through of just getting curious again. And I feel like there's absolutely nothing wrong with that for many of you who are out there. You're grown, you're taking care of yourselves, you don't need anything from anybody. You've been, again, in the celibate energy for quite some time, Divine Feminine, and it is completely natural that this energy is falling into alignment at this time. Yes, many of you are attracting masculine energy into your space, and it feels really, really good because you've been without it for quite some time. And again, I do get many of you just watching just men in their masculine energy in slow motion, appreciating things you've never appreciated before. Okay, like just being completely turned on again by the simple little things, the color of a man's eyes, or again how big his hands are, maybe the chest hairs that are coming out from under their shirt, or it's just again this beautiful appreciation for it. Okay, so I don't know who this was for. I will try to link the song that talks about you and I share the same sin. And yeah, that's what I have for this short one. Okay, I love you guys. Take it easy, and I will check in with you with the next reading. Okay, bye.